have kind of a lot to talk about, so this video may jump around a little bit.
Well, yesterday morning we drove down towards, I guess it was Austin, picked up a rental trailer and met up with some folks and put some stuff in it, and started driving back with it.
I try to keep a sharp eye out for good standard definition video equipment, and this was one I couldn't pass up. It's a Grass Valley Model 4000 digital video switcher. There's one of the tubs, as we call it, the control panels, and there's the other one. Actually, it's two switchers. These are the electronic modules, so I've basically got a complete switcher and a complete spare. I think it's going to help me keep my layering much cleaner in the digital domain. The 7 mix effects amplifiers. What? It's not analog? In one of your comments, I read some back and forth about the pros and cons of analog versus digital. You know, there are benefits and advantages and disadvantages to both. I've always been a big fan of analog. It's got its problems. It's got drift and noise, and it's influenced by its environment, you know, power supply variations, but there's something almost human about that. I mean, I'm certainly influenced by randomness and drift in my environment. Digital processing gets rid of most of that and has some characteristics that have done amazing things when you think about it. It's consistent, it's repeatable, has essentially infinite dynamic range. It can be coded and encrypted so that only its intended target gets the signal and everyone else gets noise. And it can be routed and flashed around the planet at the speed of light. That's pretty amazing. So in the midst of all that, what's the place for analog? Some people say Scanimate could easily be emulated in software, even as a phone app. I don't know. I don't like the user interface of a phone. It's great for things like email and text, showing somebody pictures, taking pictures. But, you know, I can play a piano or a guitar with a phone app. But if I'm going to do something real, I'm going to go find a real piano and a real guitar. You know, Scanimate's user interface is pretty complicated. It's got a lot of knobs and buttons and patch cords, and it's real nice to just be able to, oh, I need to adjust this, and reach for that knob and turn it and adjust it and get on with what you're trying to do. So I try to keep Scanimate producing what it was designed to produce, which is standard definition analog video, or 480i. But I look at it on a 16:9 monitor. I mean, to me, the real vintage look of Scanimate is standard definition, 60 fields per second. Now that 60 fields per second, you don't ever see that on the internet anywhere. First of all, because it's interlaced, but that results in extremely smooth motion, especially on something that moves quickly. And that's the way Scanimate was designed to work. A lot of this equipment is used to being on 24/7 in an air-conditioned environment. I can't afford to keep it on like that. So a lot of times when I turn things on, something that worked yesterday is not going to be working today. That happened to me this past week. The heart of any standard definition video system is the master sync generator, because everything has to be timed exactly the same. And my sync generator was not working right, and I had a spare, and my spare was not working right, and I had another spare, and it was not working right. The problem turned out to be a leaky power supply capacitor, so I had to completely pull out a board from my parts machine. But that's the kind of thing you run into with this old equipment, and that's the reason I keep a lot of spare parts. So that's the reason I quote a day rate, so that if I run into problems like this, I have enough time to fix it. A lot of this equipment is going on 50 years old now. So that's what I've been up to lately. It's a lot of work putting these videos together, so I really do appreciate hearing from you. Give me a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe to the videos, and thanks for watching.